welcome back to Crypto Spaces. I'm your host Joven. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Before we dive in, always remember I'm not a financial advisor. This is all entertainment purposes only. We've been covering projects that I think have massive potential in the future, and I think crypto is still the place to be to change your life financially, as long as you apply strategies and you manage your risk and you basically go about this space as something serious, right? And you approach it with a level of discipline, increases your possibility for success. So in this video, we're gonna dive into 5 projects or altcoins that I've spoke about on the channel many times in the past that are showing the most strength now. And altcoins I think that you should definitely add to your portfolio, have even some exposure to these altcoins. Say you have $1,000, maybe you split the $1,000 between the 5 projects, $200 in each project. Diversify, because diversification is, these projects have shown so much strength during these bear market conditions that we've covered on the channel many times. Bitcoin is under 62K, down 16%. Ethereum is at $1,600, down 19%. I think it's a good time to dollar cost average, especially the ones that are showing strength, even if Bitcoin is showing weakness. MON here, which recently had a new partnership with what is called Ramp Network, one of the most powerful USDC or stablecoin bridges with no wallet needed. MON is an EVM compatible L1 chain, 10,000 transactions per second. We spoke about this so many times, sitting at 21 cents. As we could see here, if you take a look at the charts, it had a massive pullback, right? But it's one of the only altcoins at the time that was showing strength, with Bitcoin just showing a ton of weakness, and it's still showing strength. It's not making any new lows here, but again, had a pullback back to below the ICO price, and in this range right here is a ton of support for MON. So I think MON here is a great time to enter for MON. Again, you have even just $1,000 to invest in crypto, $200, $210, $220 into MON here gets you 10,000 coins, right? And the potential for MON and the upside that we have for MON, you could see 10 cents to 30 cents to even $1 in the long term for MON, right? EVM compatible chains, and a chain like MON here, in my opinion, could have its Solana moment. I think MON could have that same Solana effect, because of the team and what they're building, you know, the community and the culture, right? There's a community behind MON, similar to how there's die-hard people for XRP, Solana, etc. In this range, you're supposed to be greedy when others are fearful. You buy dips, you don't buy the rips. You buy red days, you take profits on green days. So MON, in my opinion, in a great spot. Look at what had recently $4 billion in Uniswap volume. Banker puts numbers on the board. This is from the official Uniswap, which is one of the top dexes of Ethereum, 1.4 million followers, showing that the Banker ecosystem has $4 billion of revenue generated here in Banker, right? Through the protocol that they have built out, the AI agent infrastructure they've built out from Deployer here, saying just getting started, right? If we take a look at Banker, another project that is showing a ton of strength. We spoke about Banker around 30 to 33 mil market cap. It had a nice move up to around 70 mil market cap. So at that time, 74 mil from when we spoke about it, around 30 to 33 mil. So you could have already de-risked your initial investment. I saw someone say they took profits. They saw Banker because of my content, and they invested because of me, and they made around, you know, 800 or so in profits already. And it's always great to see that person is also a Patreon member. It's only $5 a month to get access to videos like this before anyone else sees it. And it's great to see, because guess what? Banker is another project showing a ton of strength, no matter what Bitcoin is doing, at $54 million in market cap, right? As we could see here. So it had it had that recent run up that we spoke about. That's when I first started to speak about Banker. Then it had that first run up, it pulled back down to that 30 mil, 33 mil market cap level. And if you listen, you pay attention to the Patreon, the private group, you would have got a 2x move from that low. Boom, 140%, right? That's a massive gain. So if you invested, let's say, you know, even $200 to $300, you'd have been up double that, right? Just times it by 2, 1,000 times it by 2. whatever you invested, just double that, right? And then you could have took out your initial investment and let the rest ride, because I think Banker has a lot more upside ahead. A 500 mil to $1 billion market cap for Banker is definitely possible from here, and it's still in a good time to DCA after that, you know, after that move to that 77 mil area. It's still in a good spot right here to buy Banker here at 53 mil market cap. Right? Take a look at the fees, right? This is the founder, Docs founder, Nick Forster. Nick Forster here, look at the fees that this project is generating. This is derived DRV. This is the revenue that they're generating. It just keeps increasing. You could see on the chart, it just keeps going up, up and up, right? And this is what you want to pay attention to in projects now that the market has changed. Personally, I don't, you know, if I do get into, you know, meme coins, it's more bigger market cap meme coins, not extremely low market cap meme coins. That's just not my thing personally. For me, I could be patient, and for the people that subscribe to the channel, that follow the channel, I recommend also being patient. The faster you try to make money, you know, on gambling, or I would say trading a lot of the small market cap, micro cap, you know, coins, the faster you could lose it, right? So patience pays, man. And this is a project, like I said, I did my own research. All of the projects did my own research. I looked into them. This is a project I think is going to be a sleeper play, and it's going to be a massive giant in the future, because the use case of the project is undeniable, right? We've never seen on-chain options before. Options allows you to trade in different strategies that, you know, even perps don't have, right? And that's why I think DRV here is going to be a massive gem in the future, sitting at 10 cents now. We spoke about it at around 85 cents, 86 cents. And if you take a look at the chart, just look, man, it's always strong. It's a very strong altcoin, right? So a 10x, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people I respect that I see recently, you know, spoke about it sometime, you know, maybe a month or so ago, and they said this thing could be a 10x with size, right? So if you have more money you're willing to risk, obviously manage your risk, but a 10x here, I think it's very possible. I think you could see $1 per DRV in the future, but again, it's just going to take patience here. But if you just take a look at the chart, man, you could see that this thing has just been in a consistent bull trend, higher lows, because of the revenue that they generate and the fundamentals of the project. On-chain options, being able to do calls and puts on some of your top favorite altcoins like Hyperliquid, unlocks, in my opinion, revenue from, you know, massive traders and big money, right? The big whale money, right? So that's why I think this thing is going to be a giant that everyone is going to talk about very soon, in my opinion. Next one we have is lit. It's lit.
Haha, it's lit.
Lighter. We spoke about Lighter at around 89 cents. I made, you know, so many videos on it. I said, hey, good time to buy the dips on Lighter here. It made a move to $1.70, and now it's sitting at $1.30 here, guys. That's great to see, because guess what? It is showing strength against the rest of the market. It is showing strength even with Bitcoin weakness. It's up 31% in the past month with Bitcoin and Ethereum tanking. This is what you want to pay attention to. Lighter here at $1.3 billion in market cap. I think $10 per Lighter is very possible. Me and my Patreon members said even $15. I think it's possible, guys. Even Anthropic, the pre-IPO, is live on Lighter, 5x leverage, okay? If you're a stock guy, you want to go leverage on the biggest AI stocks that are about to IPO, initial product offering, go on the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange, for Americans to trade them finally, right? If you want to use the pre-IPO, here it is on Lighter here at 5x leverage. It also has OpenAI, ChatGPT, right? Anthropic is, I think, Claude. OpenAI is ChatGPT, OpenClaw. 5x leverage through the Lighter protocol, man. This is a great project. SERV. Companies running production agents in 2026 are not optimizing for which model is the smartest. They care about security reliability and cost efficiency at scale. SERV brings all three. The best agents are smart and reliable, as you could see on screen, guys. OpenServe, very strong project. I have to ask, man, are you paying attention? Right? And I think you can see from the charts that OpenServe is super strong here from 15 cents, sitting now from 50 mil market cap to under $64 million in market cap. But it still has more upside, in my opinion, right? Nothing is guaranteed, but I think it still has more upside. I think OpenServe could get to $1 per token, right? So if you even bought, let's say, $200 at the first Patreon call, I talked about it multiple times on multiple different occasions. You know, you tossed in $200. Guess what? It goes to $1. 10,000 tokens becomes $10,000, right? And it's very possible here. You could see, again, you could obviously 10 cents for OpenServe, 30 cents, 50 cents. I think $1 billion market cap is possible. Let's say you toss in $200 into OpenServe. Now that's 3,000 tokens, right? $200, 3,000 tokens, it goes to $1. $200 becomes 3K, right? That's good ROI, man. You could reinvest it into the market, leave a percentage of that in for maybe the long term. Maybe you think OpenServe goes to 5 to 10 billion market cap, right? Which is possible. You can't rule it out. And you cash out some, pay a bill, right? And then you could reinvest some of that into the market, guys. I'm telling you, right? So you take a look at the charts here. Let's see. You can see here, again, people buying up these crazy dips on OpenServe. Insane stuff. They're not letting this project drop, man, because they see the potential here, the massive AI utility of this project. And again, if you're paying attention, man, you got a fantastic entry. Thanks to, you know, if you join the Patreon, I updated in the Patreon, in the private Discord, in the Alpha Calls channel, in the Discord. And, you know, I think the same will happen for the rest of the projects that we talk about. Then you're going to see retail or new people come to the space and be like, whoa, you talked about this project at this time. So you have to pay attention now before retail investors or new investors to crypto come to the space, in my opinion, right? So you see this, wick being bought up because, again, people see the future here. So they bought up these dips, man. That's why you see that wick here. And in my opinion, it's only a matter of time till maybe you see a consolidation for OpenServe here, and then it starts to climb up, right? And then once it breaks its previous all-time high here at 120 mil market cap, it breaks that all-time high. You could see new all-time highs for the project and price discovery. Once a project enters price discovery, there's no more resistance levels for it to, you know, battle with, right? And that's when you see that real FOMO kick in, right? There's no resistance. That's when you see that real FOMO kick in. So if you're gonna get exposure, red day, is it red? Is it pulling back? Yes, it is. It's not green, right? It's not pumping. Good time to get exposure, in my opinion, right? So those are the projects I think. Since they're showing so much strength now, tongue twister. Since they're showing so much strength now, I think they will continue to show that same strength going into the end of the year, potentially into whenever we see that glorious alt season or that next bull run take place. So these are the ones I think you should definitely pay attention to, guys. As always, if you're tuning in, you found value, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Really appreciate all the support. Join the Patreon, join the private Discord for early access to content like this. It's the first link in the description. In this description of this video right now, just click the link. It takes you to the Patreon. As you can see, we have 81 members and it's only $5 a month to join. I do my utmost best to provide value for everyone that is involved here in the crypto spaces community. And you know, the patrons would tell you they also share their own insights as well. Always think it's great to navigate the space with other people because you know, two heads are better than one. Instead of going your crypto journey by yourself, join a community and a family here that is putting in the work to achieve their financial goals. But be aware that the spots for the $5 tier are limited. It's only 59 spots remaining, and once those spots are filled, it increases to $10 per month. So you know the saying, the early bird gets the worm, guys. Highly recommend you join, become a part of the family. We're going to continue to crush it here and take over one step at a time, I'm telling you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Always remember to give praise and glory to the Lord God Jesus. Thank God for everything. Without him, we are nothing. And I'll catch you in the next one.